What if I told you that some of the absolute richest people in America don't own flashy tech startups? Seriously. They don't spend their days chasing the next wildly volatile cryptocurrency, and they definitely aren't constantly hunting for some massive disruptive new idea. Today, we're diving into the completely hidden, surprisingly lucrative world of what we like to call boring businesses. We're going to completely shatter the myth that you have to be some sort of Silicon Valley genius to build incredible, lasting wealth.
Look, on one side, we have those flashy startups, right? We all know them. High-risk, high-stress ventures. They're constantly trying to go viral, relying on explosive growth, and usually burning through mountains of cash. But on the exact opposite side, we've got the quiet, predictable, completely ignored businesses. I'm talking about the self-storage building you literally just drove past on your commute, a random vending machine sitting in a hospital hallway, a local laundromat. None of these look exciting at all. You won't see them trending on social media. But behind the scenes, they are quietly generating thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month, totally on autopilot, while their owners are fast asleep.
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the specific businesses, we've got to understand the foundational logic here. There's this invisible principle connecting every single thing we're looking at in this explainer. You see, the richest business owners, they never ask, how can I work harder? Instead, they ask, how can I build something that keeps working after I stop? That right there is a massive paradigm shift. It is the fundamental difference between earning an income by trading your time and actually owning an income that operates completely independently of you.
And to actually achieve that, you need the absolute holy grail of wealth building, recurring cash flow. You know, most people kind of assume wealth comes from inventing something entirely new, but history shows us time and time again that the people who quietly become millionaires just buy businesses that almost nobody else wants to talk about. Why? Because boring usually means predictable. Predictable means repeat customers. And repeat customers, that creates recurring cash flow. Excitement honestly doesn't build long-term wealth. Consistency does.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, Automated Cash Flow Machines, the power of small transactions.
It's actually fascinating how these seemingly random, super boring businesses all share the exact same core wealth mechanic. Take vending machines, or ATMs, for example. To most people, they're just metal boxes, right? But actually, scratch that. To an operator, a network of 50 machines is a literal fleet of tiny automated employees working 24/7. And the best part? Absolutely no HR complaints or salaries to pay. Look at laundromats, automated car washes, self-serve dog washes, or even those ice vending machines. Modern tech handles all the payments, the security, and the equipment. Customers show up, use the service, pay, and leave. The machines just do the heavy lifting, quietly churning out cash flow one person at a time without the owner needing to be anywhere near the place. That covers a huge chunk of our 20 business models right there, just quietly working around the clock.
And this beautifully illustrates the real secret behind automated wealth, capturing thousands of transactions. The wealthiest operators in these spaces, they aren't out there trying to make one huge, incredibly difficult sale. Not at all. Instead, they focus on capturing thousands of tiny, small transactions that literally never stop. We're talking a few bucks at a car vacuum station, maybe a $2 ATM fee. On their own, they look like pennies. But when you repeat that thousands of times a month, they build a massive mountain of highly predictable wealth.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, renting space and convenience, the subscription model.
Think about assets like billboards, commercial e-commerce warehouses, apartment buildings, equipment rentals, and mobile home parks. Notice what they all have in common? The owner isn't actually selling a physical product. They're simply leasing out an asset they already own. Like, picture a commercial warehouse. As e-commerce keeps exploding, these businesses desperately need space. The tenant has to deal with all the headaches of logistics, selling, and shipping the products. The owner, they just sit back and collect the rent. Or take a mobile home park. Often the residents actually own their physical homes, and the investor simply owns the dirt sitting underneath it, collecting lot rent month after month, sometimes for decades.
So, the crucial takeaway here is that you're selling convenience, not excitement. Whether we're talking about a commercial parking lot where commuters are happily paying daily, or an RV and boat storage facility where folks pay a monthly fee just to park a vehicle they maybe use 3 times a year, people will continuously part with their money for the simple, sheer convenience of space. It is an incredibly sticky business model, and the overhead is remarkably low.
Let's dive into Section 3, Essential Services, Unstoppable Demand.
Let's literally map out how these businesses build such immense wealth. We'll use plumbing and HVAC as our examples here. Now, most people just view these as simple, everyday labor jobs, but it always starts with step 1, the emergency fix, A busted water heater or a dead AC unit in the middle of July, yeah, that cannot wait. That high-margin emergency job naturally leads to step 2, a major installation. But here is where the real magic happens. Step 3, the recurring maintenance plan. The smartest operators eventually transition from trading their own time for money into building an actual system. They hire teams of techs, build out tight route densities, and lock in recurring service contracts. The business just keeps generating serious cash even when the founder hasn't held a wrench in years.
These necessity-driven businesses, think waste management, pest control, plumbing, HVAC, they prove a universal truth. Trash never stops piling up. Pests will always try to get back into buildings, and pipes are eventually going to leak, period. Companies in waste management and pest control operate on recurring weekly, monthly, or quarterly service plans. And honestly, it doesn't matter if the stock market is booming or crashing into a deep recession. These businesses boast some of the most resilient, bulletproof models in the entire economy. They really round out the robust roster of our 20 wealth builders.
And that brings us to section 4, the number 1 wealth builder, ordinary and ignored.
Self-storage facilities. This right here is the ultimate boring business. It quietly mints millionaires all over the country for one simple reason. It solves a problem that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. People accumulate way more stuff every single year, but their homes certainly aren't getting any bigger. And life happens. Families move, small businesses expand, older folks downsize. The need for extra space literally never disappears. The absolute beauty of self-storage is that when you compare it to traditional retail, it requires incredibly few employees, has virtually zero day-to-day management headaches, and produces just beautifully predictable monthly revenue.
All right, so let's take a step back and really look at the core takeaways from all 20 business models we've explored in this explainer. The invisible principle really boils down to 3 key things. Number 1, they solve very ordinary problems. Number 2, they have millions of daily users. And number 3, they focus entirely on owning recurring systems rather than chasing one-time sales. If you take anything away from this today, it's that lasting wealth is almost never built by chasing the newest trend or getting in on the flashiest startup. It's built by owning reliable, boring systems that people gladly continue paying for month after month, year after year. I really want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. The very next time you drive past a humble storage facility, a local laundromat, or one of those busy automated car washes, don't just write it off as another ordinary, boring building. Really look at it and ask yourself this exact question. How much money is this business making today while its owner is doing something else? Because the moment you truly start asking that question, you are going to start seeing massive financial opportunities where everyone else just sees nothing at all. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.